Daf Min Beis. The Gemara asks an amazing chakira when a woman is with her husband and afterwards she's pilot zera. She expels zera. How do we view the zera? Do we view it as a roya or noigeya? Is it as if she's touching a sheret, it's an external tumah, or it's an internal tumah? It's just like dam niddah and ziva. Nafkamina would be, dam niddah and ziva have the power to undo any clean days that she kept. Whereas a sheret, if she touches a sheret, it doesn't undo the tumah. And dam niddah, we said there's no shear, it's bimashu. But external tumah would have a shear of kadash or piyama. And if it's internal tumah, then she's tamei if the tumah is within her, bifnim kibachutz. If it's babai sachitzon, she would also be tamei. Whereas if it's a tumah like a sheret, it's only if it's external. So the Gemara, according to everybody, it's roya. It has the power to be soiser shiva nekiyim, b'mashu, and bifnim kibachutz. Yet Rav Shmuel bar Bisna was misopik. Either his suffix was that he knew that there was a machlokes between Rabban and Reb Shimon, that Reb Shimon holds daik kabayla, that a woman shouldn't be any worse off than her husband, and she's only tummy once the zera is expelled outside. Yet he had a shaila. What about the other two things? The soiser that has the power to undo days that she kept nikim, and what is the shear? In that he had a shaila. Maybe it's actually like bayala, that there's no shear, and it has the power zav. It has the power to undo 7 nikim, or perhaps not. Or maybe he never heard of the machlokes, and his shaila was that this whole concept of plida zera we learned from Sinai. There's 3 days, and why didn't the Torah say that you have to be concerned with ziva and mitzayir, which is a lot more chomer than shikva zera? 7 days, mechutz lamachna, etc. The answer is you can't learn anything out from shikva zera, from keri. That's a chiddush, and therefore we're not going to learn out anything from there. The halacha is that a nida zav gdoila zav ktana eno yuledes, their dam is mitama bifnim, from the bayis hachitzon, as we discussed yesterday what bayis hachitzon is. What does yuledes mean? The case of yuledes is where a woman gave birth, the leida yeveshta, a dry birth, no dam. Otherwise, she'd be considered either a nida or a zava. And we're discussing that once the baby drops into the bayis hachitzon, she becomes tamei tumas yuledes. A yuledes, a woman who gave birth, before she was tayval, after her days of tumah. In other words, let's say she gave birth to a girl, she has 14 days of tumah. So on day 15, she goes to the mikvah. Before she was able to go to the mikvah, some dam was uprooted, was nekar, and went into her bayis hachitzon, still in her body, but it didn't come out yet completely. According to Beis Hillel, since you need 2 things, you need days, 15 days, 14 days of tumah, and the 15th you go to the mikvah, and you also need the tvila, the 2 things combined. Over here she didn't do the tvila yet, so that dam is metama her. Not a tumah of yuledes, but a tumah of adharev. Now the chiddush is that even though the tvila that she does is matar all the damim, all the blood that she has in the bayis hapnimi, let's say in her womb, everything is tar. It should be tamei, but the tvila, the mikvah is matared, so I would think that it's also matar dam that's in the bayis hachitzon, komash malon, that not. The Gemara wanted to say, a havamina, that this dam should be like nevelas oif kosher. There's a concept that a kosher bird that died without shchita, it's not metama a person unless he puts it into his throat. The Gemara wanted to say that the dam is the same thing. It's not metama, it is metama in beis hastar. The Gemara says we can't learn it from nevelas oif because that's a special chiddush over there. There's no other tumah. Even if you touch it regularly, you're not tamei. It's only metama in the throat, whereas dam is metama outside of the guf as well. Another havamina the Gemara had was that it should only be tamei for 1 day until the night. And the Gemara says, well, wait a minute. Since it's tumah blua, it's completely concealed. It's wrapped within the guf. It shouldn't be tamei at all. What consists of a birth? What's a birth? How do you define a birth? Birth is when the head of the baby goes into the canal even before it comes out completely. As we see, Rav Oishia says that if a midwife touches the head of a dead baby within the body, even within the womb, she becomes tamei. Why? Because we're choishish that perhaps the head will come out into the canal, and the midwife will touch her there, and there for sure she's tamei. So you see that birth consists of being in the canal, not even coming outside. In fact, the Gemara says an amazing story. There's a person that asked a Shaila to Rava. He said he heard his baby crying on Friday, and then the baby was born on Shabbos. When should he do the Milah? Says Rava, you do the Milah on Friday. Because when you hear the baby crying, that means the baby already dropped into the canal. That's already considered the birth. The actual birth that happened on Shabbos is not enough for us to be Doicha Shabbos. You can't be Machal Shabbos and do a bris on Shabbos. The Tumah that exists in the Bais HaChitzon, as we described yesterday, is when a girl sits down, you can see, or Ben HaShinayim, or Mokim Shadashba, those three places. According to Rava, it's considered Tumas Beis HaStarim. There's two types of Tumah Blua and Beis HaStarim. Beis HaStarim means concealed. So if somebody puts Tumah in his ear, or in his nose, or under his armpit, that's Beis HaStarim. It's concealed, but it's not completely wrapped. And the difference is that you could be Metama B'masa if you lift it up. Tumah Blua, if it's completely within the body, even B'masa is not Metama. Therefore, if somebody else inserts a piece of Kezayis Nevela in the Bais HaChitzon, so the woman will become Tomei B'masa, if she lifted but not B'maga. According to Abaya holds that Beis HaStarim is considered Tumah Blua. It's Balua, and therefore there's no Tumah at all. What about the Tumah of a Nevelas Oif Kosher, Nivlas Oif Kosher? That is in the throat area. So if a friend stuck in a Kezayis of Nevela of an animal, which is Metama the person, that has to be a friend to do it, because if you did it yourself, you'd become Tamei just by doing that. Stuck it straight into the throat. How do we view the throat? Is that Beis HaStarim or Tumah Blua? So again, we have the same Achloikis. According to Abai, it's considered Blua and it's not Metama at all. And according to Rava, it would be Metama B'masa. The Nevela of a Behema is not Metama, the person's clothing when he wears it. Only a bird. It's a special Chiddush by a bird because it says the word Ba, only it, the bird, and not anything else. And the fact that the Torah says, we learn from there the concept that the shear of somebody that touches and somebody that lifts masa by food is the shear, it's like food, and the shear is a kazayis. Have a wonderful day.